I had this crazy dream to build my own Moto GP bike. This is Project RC16.
Yeah.
So this is a 2024 KTM Superduke 1390. It's a 200 horsepower V-twin stonking monster. It was only right that this was gonna be our next build, right? You guys love the RC8. You love the content that we're doing with KTM. How do we one-up something that's the only one in the world, the first one of its kind? How do we make this channel that much better and do builds that are just that much cooler? How do we raise the bar? And this is how we're gonna do it. We are taking this 1390 and I've designed basically my own rendition of a 2024 KTM RC16 Moto GP bike. And this is basically the same exact design of their discontinued bike. And we are going to be building a fully fared 1390 super bike. I know you guys are gonna have a bunch of questions. I'm gonna try to incorporate the answers of those in this video. This is an intro. We are getting right to work, and hopefully by the end of this video, we will be fitting this bodywork and see the vision come to life. But I wanna show you guys the first thing. If you actually design, or if you've done any kind of CAD work, you can see there's a lot of what we call low poly. These are a lot of triangles, and this is not smooth, and this is definitely not what you want if you're gonna make a mold of this bodywork. I want you to know that we're bodyworking this thing anyways. We're gonna spend the man hours and smooth this down and all that stuff, but it's just so cool seeing this design come to fruition that I was like, screw it. Let's print it in low poly, because if you look at it, it looks like an absolute masterpiece. This thing looks so sick. It will have the removable upper wings. These will be removable. We're gonna take you with us every step of the way on how we're gonna shape this and make this fit the Superduke.
Hey bro, is that a towel?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is a custom towel that Nice CNC sent us. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because if you look over here, this is the tail. And what we're gonna be doing is, like I say, we're gonna be cutting this up, making it fit, making it work, disassembling the Superduke, and we are gonna be upgrading it as we go. So what we're doing is to start off this episode, we're gonna be installing a bit of bling as well as some adjustable parts that we're gonna need with full fairing kits, but also this is stuff that you really want on any bike you ride, because if you can adjust it to fit you, you're gonna feel more confident and be a faster and safer rider. So I wanna give a huge shout out to Nice CNC. They sent us a billet sprocket cover, a billet clutch cover, and their rear sets. Guys, I wanna let you know, we're gonna install this and show you just how good it looks on the bike, but I can't thank Nice CNC enough for sponsoring the build, because it's companies like this that allow us to do what we're doing, and you can get everything that you see here for less than 300 bucks. Usually rear sets are 600, but if you use this code, you'll also get 11% off, to where you can get these parts for around 250 bucks for crash protection and adjustable rear set. Do me a favor, after the video, check out the link in the description and go show Nice CNC some love. Sick, dude.
That was the fastest install. That might have been 18 seconds.
That quick, upgrades. First, neutral, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, hell yeah. Now we got GP shift, dude. Sick. Look at that, guys. We got those parts on there. It looks sick. Man, they look really, really good. I can't express it enough how thankful I am. Now the fun part begins. Whenever you have a build, whether it be a bike, a car, whatever it is, you always have a it gets worse before it gets better stage, and that's what we have right now. So I ordered everything that we're gonna need to build the kit around the bike and basically make this thing work and replicatable so you guys can buy it too. The biggest thing is the clip-ons. And when I got the clip-ons, they sent me the wrong size. I call them turnbuckles, but the things that bolt to the actual fork tubes, they sent me the wrong size and they'll never work. So I have new ones coming. They'll probably be here 4 to 5 days. I don't wanna wait to get this episode out to you guys. We are gonna start the disassembly and we are gonna basically remove everything on this bike that will not be on the bike with our kit. Starting with the seats, all the plastic body parts. We are gonna be removing the handlebars, the switch gear, the dash, the headlight, all this stuff. I'm not gonna bore you. We're gonna switch over to time lapse and we're gonna get this whole bike disassembled and ready to fit our new RC16 bodywork. The bike is disassembled, at least everything that we need. Man, I just gotta stop for a second and tell you guys, like, when I say in other episodes, like, I've been working so hard behind the scenes and like putting in work that you guys don't get to see all the hundreds and thousands of hours I do, this is what I'm talking about. I've been working in the background on this bodywork countless sleepless nights, and I haven't got to share it but a couple weeks ago and give you guys teasers, and like, now this is freaking happening, guys. I don't know if you are nearly as excited as I am, but we actually get to see this bodywork on this Superduke. Epic moments, man. But I want to tell you guys, because I needed to print all this bodywork up and then make sure it fits 1-to-1 scale and basically our 3D model come to life. So it's all plastic welded together, and of course it's not going to be mounted like that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna remove these upper winglets, and then you'll see, I actually wanna show you, because you can see like where we glued these pieces together, it's not really lined up, because that's how we had to cut it down to print on smaller 3D printers in a bunch of pieces. What we're gonna do is we're gonna mark our line the way that bodywork would come from the factory. So you have an upper and then a belly pan. So instead of this being on the print line, we're gonna mark it just shy underneath the lower winglets and then basically cut it back to this here. So that way we'll build a flange in the final part, and this will bolt quick release to the bodywork. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this up, and then we are gonna cut this up and do the first mock fit on the bike. All right, so what I wanna do is I wanna mark from that line right there down to roughly an inch lower than the winglet, because the winglet is actually gonna have a flange on it. These will be removable, so we're building a flange there.
It's amazing how strong that is being plastic welded.
Yeah, what's cool is it's like So this is what I was telling people, is it's like flexible, just like you would expect like carbon fiber bodywork to be, but it's just prototype PA6 carbon fiber. Sweet. There's our belly pan. Dude, you know what happens now, right? You know what happens now, right?
We gotta see it.
Let's go see it on the bike. There's nothing stopping us from putting it on the bike right now. Oh my gosh, guys. Now, show them this real quick. So this is what I was telling Chris. On the 1390, it has these welded tabs to the radiator that holds like the wing support and the bodywork. That's an upgrade over the 1290, but I don't want to have to cut those off, so we need to make it fit around the bodywork. Those are kind of growing pains that when you're building something custom, you may just have to deal with. So yeah, keep those there. Chris, do me a favor. Let's lift these up over. You can hang them off the bodywork for now. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful with them, but yeah. Go like that, hang them over. Yeah, that's fine. And then this side too, if you can. Let's see there. Switch gear, yep. Then we're gonna see the tank now. It is hitting those tabs, I believe. And we need to lift up. So if we just go, we're gonna have to remove the overflow tank. Yeah, let's remove the overflow tank. It's in the way as well, because it wants to sit closer to the bike. So we're gonna remove this overflow. We remove the overflow tank to have less restrictions. I already know we're gonna have like a slight problem. Oh my God, it just like fits snug. Wow. So it needs to come up more. Dude, we just trimmed that around the tank right now. I'm gonna trim it right now. That's what I was talking about. Because that's gonna get cut off anyways. So I'll make this dip. So we'll build it to the tank. We always knew we were gonna have to cut away the bodywork to make it fit. So we're ready for this. We're gonna try it again and try to get it to go over those tabs. It liked that. Up and over the tab like that, yep. Oh yeah, see, now it's not hitting the bodywork none.
You're on the headlight. Get it up over the original bracket.
Oh.
There it is.
So it needs to be kind of like that. So we're kind of hitting, one sec, the radiator. Like I said, we're gonna have to build that out anyways, but yeah, we need to go way up with it. So I think if we take that out and we take that out, we'll be able to fit more flush on it. Yeah, this here, and bring us in more. So I'll cut that out around that radiator since we're gonna build that. We are gonna have to cut the tabs. You're gonna have to cut the tabs of the radiator.
Let's be honest, if someone puts us on this bike, it's not coming off again.
I agree. So we're gonna cut more here, section that out more, and then I'm gonna cut this inside down low, and that should give us enough clearance to where it'll pull in tighter to the bodywork around the frame. Yeah, let's get those cut. Just keep cutting it out, baby. Here we go.
Well, it's getting a lot easier to fit.
Oh, it pulled in so much, dude. Look at that. So then imagine, we still need to take more out of it. See what I'm saying? Just to get it to come back around. But that's like, look at the radiator sticking out. That's crazy. We almost need it further off, huh? We need to see how it's fitting with the front end. So if I can actually pull it out a little bit. Where's our radiator? We knew we were gonna have to make a mount for the radiator. But I feel like that's about how long a fairing stay is. If it's just kind of up a little bit more. Man, we almost wanted to just fit right underneath that tank, dude. That's like almost perfect. Then you wouldn't even want a riser though. It needs to go up over the tank, like that. but then it's too much gap. So we're gonna have to fill all that in. So I think we're gonna be somewhere in the happy medium of like, because that's just underneath. So we just need to cut that the rest of the way out. Take 456, whatever time this is. Yeah, see now, look, now we're fitting more flush the way we want it, dude. Look at that. Look how skinny it is right now. And then we'll just build mounts that radiator. You know what I'm saying? Because it needs to be raised up like that. Imagine a fully faired bike. Yeah, something like that. That's where we need it. Let me, you know what? Let me get some mounts on here, dude. Let me tape this on some places. What you guys know about that RC16 Moto GP bike? What's crazy is if you're looking at it, you're probably like, damn, what happened to the tape and everything? They got it to fit. We actually reused the mounting holes that are on the radiator just to get it mocked up. So 4 bolts are holding this whole kit on. Now this is what I was talking about with the massaging aspect. I absolutely love this down. Looks amazing on the bike from all angles. It looks absolutely incredible. Even this is not that high up. It needs to come down a little bit, but remember the winglets drop it down like another couple inches, so it fills in that gap. But it needs to come down just a hair. But this is what I noticed that I want to change. You can see how far out it's sticking. So with the winglets, it's going to be like past the front tire. So I think I'm going to actually section this piece off and move this back 3 inches, and it's going to look good. I don't know. If not, we can plastic weld those pieces back in, but I'm going to chop that off and weld it on and see how it looks. Guys, I seriously don't think that you're ready for this. Like, Chris, dude.
It's awesome.
Dude, it is absolutely insane. We fit everything, trimmed it, got it to where it is mounted on the bike with no tape, nothing. It's actually hard mounted to the bike. Look at this, guys. Boys. Boys. And like the 4 girls that follow me. Look at this, dude. We have an RC16 Moto GP bike, man. It looks so sick, dude. Now it looks out of place because there's no clip-ons and the tank's big. Don't worry, we're gonna mold and make all that stuff fit. But before we like soak it in and really high fives and celebrate, I wanna go ahead and modify the tail and basically cut the tank portion out of the tail section that I made and put the seat pan and the tail on it. Here we go. That's perfect. That's what we wanted. Because you see what I'm saying? Now we can build the tank over it.
Bro.
This needs to be sit up more.
How much space do we need?
Let's grab a little box. There, I got one. Boys, look at that. Oh my gosh, dude. I gotta back away just to get in the camera view. Dude. Look at that. It's a freaking Superbike 1390. Don't worry about the tank, guys. We're gonna build into that to reutilize the Superduke tank, and we're gonna bring that up to make it fit. Don't worry, all this stuff is gonna come together. But I don't know. That's either proof of concept or proof of concept. You know what, Chris? Let's pull all the tape off and let's just see. Guys, I don't even know what to say, dude. Look at this. Oh my God, it looks so sick. Don't worry about the box. Everything's gonna get hard mounted. I'm gonna show you how we'll build the mounts off to fit this, but dude, it is like together-ish. No tape. These parts, I mean, there's a little bit of movement, but it's literally like hard mounted just with 1 bolt to the radiator and then the bottom bolt, these are OEM bolts. So this is what we were talking about, where even if you scan that and try to make that in 3D design, you're gonna change the design. Whereas if you keep the design the same and then you just find a way to mount it on the bike, things like this happen. Yeah, there's no clip-ons yet, but guys, look at the profile. That is a 1390 Superduke. Holy smokes, dude. Holy smokes. Like 6 months of designing and putting this project together for literally an episode. Like, it's right now 5:15, and we've been working on this since about 1 o'clock. From disassembly to have this mounted on the bike right now, I can't even, I don't even know what to say, guys. Bro, we have a 1390 GP bike, dude. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Nice CNC, for sponsoring this episode and this build. I got chills just filming that reveal, like you guys seeing it the same time we got to see it. Like, it just gives me goosebumps to think, like, all those hours and everything to see this. It looks ugly and it's not put together, and there's a lot of like mounting and blem work and body work and all that stuff that we have to do. But you guys are looking at the world's first fully faired Superduke race bike. This is gonna be a street kit, but tell me this thing doesn't look racy sitting still. I cannot wait. This series is gonna be absolutely epic. KTM, if you're watching this, we bleed orange and we are big fans of KTM, and that's why we're building this stuff. So we are gonna be manufacturing this kit for every Superduke ever made. First gen, second gen, third gen, the 1390, fourth gen. We're gonna make this bodywork readily available to convert any Superduke that you may have. I wanna build these kits not just for us, but also for you guys. And we're planning on making a street kit in carbon fiber for less than $6,000. If you want a race kit with no headlight, custom taillight, and things like that, it'll be a few grand in fiberglass and a little bit more for carbon fiber. So you can buy this kit and put it on any bike chassis that you have to make it look this sick. As always, it's a pleasure making these videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Next episode, we're gonna kind of fit this as tight as possible when our clip-ons come in to where we can finalize it, and we'll actually scan this mesh and then put it in 3D space and basically fill all these gaps that you see. In next episode, we should actually see what this bike is gonna look and feel like with this bodywork on it. Man, I'm so stoked. Do me a favor, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this build. What should we do color-wise? Do you guys think we should go this way or that way? Also, we want to name this thing. I like Mega Duke, but I want you guys to comment down below, what should we name Project RC16? It's not technically an RC16 because it's only 8 valves, and the RC16 is called a 16 because it's a V4. This is still a V-twin, so we don't know what to call it, and it definitely deserves a fitting name for just how badass this project is. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next episode.